Hi, Matthew Turnage here. Richard McCook recently posted a video with 10 questions for those of us who do videos in the VC, and I thought I'd give my 10 answers. First up, what's more important to you, views or subscribers? I think both are important, but what's more important to me personally are views. Subscribers are, I think, a great way to ensure that your videos are given as much exposure as possible to people who might potentially watch them. But to me, the measure of if people are enjoying what I'm doing or not, or the number of views. So views are more important for me. Number two, what's the optimum length of a video? I agree with Richard's answer that somewhere around 12 minutes is probably best, between 10 and 15. I generally set out with a idea of trying to keep mine less than 15 minutes. Although sometimes on my album reviews I find I tend to get a little long-winded. I get excited about the album I'm talking about, and before I know it, the time's gotten away from me, especially on my Please Please Me review. So I'm trying to be a little better about that and keep it more in the maybe around 12-minute range, or certainly not more than 15. Number three, do you find it a chore? Are you addicted? Are you nervous? Well, I haven't been doing it long enough to be addicted yet, for sure, and I don't feel nervous. Sometimes I get a little anxious if I happen to lose my train of thought for a second, but I've never felt nervous about doing it. And I definitely don't find it a chore. I think if I ever felt that, then that would be a sign that it's time to stop. Number four, how do you react to negative comments? Well, I'm still fairly new and I haven't gotten any negative comments yet. I figure it'll happen sooner or later. I think any negative constructive criticism I would certainly take into consideration, but if somebody wants to be nasty for the sake of being nasty, then I think that's pretty easy to dismiss. The only sort of negative feedback at all I've gotten is on my McCartney 3 unboxing video. It got one dislike, and when I saw that, I was kind of curious why they disliked it, but I guess I'll never know, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. Number five, do you buy records to specifically show on your channel? No, I don't. I haven't yet, and I don't think I necessarily will, although I was thinking the other day about going and picking up a record that I was kind of on the fence about, but leaning towards buying, and part of what was tipping me towards buying it is it might be something fun to show on the channel, so I may end up getting it, but I will not have gotten it solely for this. It's something I was thinking about getting anyway, but the showing it on the channel may be an extra excuse for myself to go ahead and get it. Number six, how would you want to improve your channel? Well, anytime I have spoken in public, and even it happens just in regular conversation, but it happens a lot, I've noticed on the channel, is the number of times I say or or something like that as I'm trying to think while I'm speaking. And if there's anything I could do to improve it, it'd be to figure out a way to keep myself from doing that as much as I do it. That might help me keep my videos shorter if I could cut all those out. But I'm not one for much of just editing. I'd have to figure out how to make myself do it naturally. Number seven, what are your thoughts on live streams? Live streams can be pretty cool. I like the idea of them in general, although I don't know if I'll ever do one. and because I tend not to watch very many of them. Sometimes when I see they're on, I'll watch them for a couple minutes or whatever. But a lot of times, I do a lot of I really actually more listen than watch videos. Because I do it a lot at like when I'm working on something at the office, I'll put it on in the background. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts, and I kind of have cut back on those. Um, of course, I listen to a lot of music at work, but if I'm in the mood for something other than music, it used to be podcasts, and then here in the last year or two, it's been more VC videos. So, but because I'm doing it at work, I tend not to do as many live streams. I'll do just a video here or there, and usually if like I'm in between listening to CDs at the office and I want to take a little break, and then I'll put in the next CD. So I don't watch a lot of them, and I probably won't ever do one. Number 8. What is your most viewed video, and are you surprised? My most viewed video is actually the first one I ever did, which was a McCartney 3 unboxing. I'd hoped to do a standard vinyl, standard CD, and the Smoky cassette. But as I said in the video, Amazon did not get me my standard vinyl on time, so it ended up being the CD and cassette. I'd been thinking about starting a channel for a while before that, and that was kind of my thing, where I said, okay, I'll start it on the McCartney 3 release date, and that'll be my first video. Will be opening my copies of McCartney 3 that I receive. I just thought that'd be a kind of a fun way to kick it off, and it might get a little attention. In retrospect, it might have been better to have had a few videos before then, so that when people watch the unboxing, if they could go back and watch some more, that might have got me more subscribers at the beginning. I don't know. But I think for me it was best to do it that way, because it got some attention with the McCartney 3 unboxing on release date. Not many people were opening the cassette, which I figured would be the case. So I think that got me a few extra views, and seeing a positive response in terms of number of views on that first video helped me want to keep plugging away at it and doing it. I think if I'd done a first video and only gotten a handful of views, I don't know if I would have been as excited about keeping going. But yeah, so I was not surprised that that's been my most viewed. What has surprised me is how it's continued to get views. So now we're like maybe 7 weeks or so after the release date, and it still keeps showing up, in my top. Like if I ever pull up on the YouTube Studio, and it shows you your most viewed videos in the last 48 hours, it's usually still in the top 2. Here recently, it had dropped down to 3 because I'd done 2 videos in a week. Probably was what pushed it down to 3, but it still gets fairly consistent views. I'm surprised. That surprises me. Number 9. Do you ever make a video without your trousers? Yeah, that's a interesting question, Richard. My answer is no, and that's my pledge to my viewers. I will always have on trousers anytime I make a video. Number 10, how long do you think you will do videos for? As long as it's fun. I kind of started off and said, I'm going to commit to doing this for at least, 4 to 6 months or so, just to kind of, make sure I gave it a try. And then if I felt like I wasn't enjoying it, or if I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere or doing anything, maybe I'd drop out. But here a little over a month into it, month and a half into it, I still, have enjoyed it, continue to enjoying it, making new connections with people in the VC. It's fun. So I see myself being in for the long haul now. So anyway, there's my response to Richard McCook. Thanks, Richard, for a good topic. And thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time.